So this is another video about the so look if I can actually I got it right. Okay, so look, yes, in this video what we're gonna do is just gonna make sure we do understand really well about the consent form. So we're gonna group the medical history, everything, and with tick boxes instead of a yes or a no. We're just gonna put tick boxes yes or no. We'll see. I mean, this is gonna be quite easy, but again, I want to emphasize two things. One is why it is very important that we actually get this thing right. It's very important because number one, we're going to make the life of several professionals doing these treatments really easily, because we know exactly what to put in these consent forms, and they can use our consent forms so it's going to make that a worry that goes away from them, so they know that we know our stuff, so it's not going to be a problem. So also we're going to reassure them that they don't need to keep any paperwork, because we're going to send them automated email. All the consent forms signed are going to be received by email automatically by them, so they don't need to hassle about. It's just going to save on the cost of keeping paperwork and putting it in the right place and so on. So just because they're going to receive them by email and they're going to do whatever they want with them. So that's one of the main thing. Also, from the practitioner point of view, they're going to be able to sell the fact that they're going to be able to monitor the progress of the person as the healing progression goes on. Which is very good for the practitioner as well. In case of the customer or patient, whatever you want to call it, they know that is automated, is a very good consent form, and also they know that they're going to send their pictures. Although they're going to be published, they're going to send it to several people, so we've got people monitoring their healing progression, so if something goes wrong, they're going to be flagged up. The cost from the people who undergo the treatments is going to be that, unfortunately, they will have to publish their name and pictures. So they may decide not to do it. But it's something that they will need to do if they want it. Then we can actually work something else. If they decide not to do it, we can work something else later on. Let's see how we can actually do it. Because once it's in place, now we know what things we can tweak in this thing. So also from the patient's point of view, they're going to receive automated reminders asking them to send them their pictures and so on, and giving them tips about their stage they're at of the healing progression. So say for example, the second day, we'll say, usually in second day, this is how people look like, and then we're going to get in these email links to second days or whatever, so they can actually be reassured automatically that way. And from our point of view, once again, so basically this is going to take a lot of worries out of many people, and I think many people will subscribe to that. We've got to see how we're going to make it, and it's not going to be a success overnight. We've got to build it first and then change a few things as we go along. So the main point is that in this particular instance, you're going to focus on making the first version available. We're going to test it in South Africa. It's got to be working from point of view of automation. Must be working. But what we're going to do, so it's as if the first version is not going to work. The first version is going to be fully automated. It's got to be fully automated. But then I'm going to listen to the feedback of people and see what we've got to change to make it better and to make it easy for people to use. If they have any concerns, anything that stops them from using it, we're going to think about ways to alleviate those concerns. From our point of view, once again, we've got two very, very interesting benefits. Brand exposure, because people are going to use our platform to use it. We don't have to use any manpower, everything is automated. So computers do the job, programs do the job, whatever it is. This is extremely important because all the main work is to make that, make this system work, and then as soon as it works, everything is automated. So it shouldn't be any problem thereafter. And then we're going to get loads of pictures and videos, which we can use for our case studies, which is extremely useful. So I believe when we get this thing right, very likely we're not going to get it right the first time around in terms of we've got to tweak a few things in order to make it appealing for people. But even when we get it right, we're going to need to wait for a while to get people to use it more and more often. So deadline is in the region of Tuesday. The main bulk of it's got to be all automated by Tuesday next week. Main bulk is going to be automated. So we're going to do the tests and see whether they work, and I'm going to be working with you on that. Basically, I'm dropping loads of other work in order to get this thing done. So any question you may have, let me know. I'm going to assist you in this process because it's very important. I think I believe this is even more important than the presentations. This is why I'm saying to you, make sure you just focus on this 100%. You've got to make it work by Tuesday. Automation. So from either today or tomorrow, get your head down and make it work. I'm sure there are ways to make it work, because I used to actually have a consent form, using an online signature thing, and it actually worked to send automated emails to both parties and so on. But then the service changed, and I wasn't, and then the thing didn't work because it needs a bit of keeping up with it. So I think it was a paid service, but given the fact that I've got so many things to do, I just didn't actually do it. So I know it's possible to do it. So I have done it, not to the extent I'm telling you. Actually, to a certain extent, I've done it to the extent I'm telling you, but I didn't go through the full automation. So now we're actually going and aim for full automation. As I say, once again, we're going to build a consent for medical history of everything. Everything is going to be on our boticplasma.com website. They go with the tablet or the computer. They use their mouse to pick boxes. Put their email address, their business names, and the customer's email address. Bang. They say, bang. Say for example, I'm a clinician. I put my name, my email address, my contact number, my business name, whatever, and I want my client to sign it, so I put my client's email address. As soon as I do that, I click the submit button. The page, whenever I say beautician, for example, just going to put the beautician's name or the aesthetic practitioner's name automatically, if need be, and it's going to send it automatically to the customer or patient, whatever you want to call it. So they can read the full consent form medical history with the name of the clinician who's actually going to do their and the business is going to do their work for them, this type of work for them. And there's mandatory fields which we're going to design, and then one of them is going to be do I want to I consent for my pictures and videos to be used for marketing and whatever. So if they say yes, there's going to be benefits to them. So we're going to actually find ways to entice people in order to say yes to that. Otherwise, they're going to get very limited things from it. Very likely they're going to get an automated thing, but we're not going to get. We'll find a way to make people subscribe to that or publishing of their pictures. And then they go through the procedure. If the aesthetic practitioner films the procedure, then it's going to be incentivized to film it. We'll find a way to incentivize them. They're going to upload the video on one of our pages. As soon as the video is uploaded, they've got to put the customer's email address, we know that's been uploaded, and we know that it's been whatever day the treatment, we've got to say what day the treatment was carried out. So say for example, since yesterday, we know that automated, say for example, we receive this video and they say, well, the treatment was carried out the day before today, let's just say the 21st. You know that today, the first thing, I mean, the automated process has got to send immediately a first day notification to the person who's undergone the treatment, the patient, whatever you want to call it, saying today is the first day you've actually, after treatment, send your pictures to such and such email address, or go to this link and upload your pictures. We'll find very easy and convenient ways for them to do it. This is what I mean by we've got to tweak things to make it easy for people to do it and incentivize people for people to do it. So I'm describing the process. Then you can change things, because we find that some things may not work really well, work in other ways. Then tomorrow, the system knows that it's the second day, they've got to send a second day reminder with some tips. And then tomorrow we're going to get an automated email, so it's the second day, send us the pictures. By the way, in the second day, normally the area looks this way, so this way, and so on. So, and then they go to the link, boom, they upload the pictures, we receive them. The pictures are received by us and the practitioner who performed the treatment. We are building these things, this data on our servers somewhere that is going to be quite easy to be manipulated for future use, handled instead of manipulated, handled for future use. This is again as part of the automation, and yeah, so this is part of the automation, and then we're going to build all this case study, all this healing progression case studies automatically from the world over without me going out, and we're going to get loads of feedback. We're going to get loads of things, loads of studies that otherwise it would actually be costly to carry out. So we're going to get double thing. As to say, one, we're going to have brand exposure. Number two, we're going to get people to help us build these case studies using videos and whatnot. It's going to be a very interesting project. We've got to work on automation. We're going to use technology to make people's life easy, and in our case, both the aesthetic practitioner and the customers easy. The patient life easy. So, any question, please let me know. I'm just trying to make this particular point as clear as possible. That's why I'm making the second video, because it's one of the most important things. I've been thinking about this for a long time, but I didn't get enough time to actually do it. Now you're working full time, bang, you can do it. You've got the abilities and the time to do it. So, bang, you're focusing on getting it done. Get it done. Once again, by Tuesday next week, you'll have the full process somewhat working, and then I'm just gonna go through it and suggest some changes as I go along. And then when we test it on the field in South Africa, I'm gonna tell you more changes that we require to the system, and we're gonna implement them, and so on. As we go along and people use it, then we're gonna listen to the feedback. We're gonna change and improve the system as we go along. So good luck with this. This is a must. You've got to be able to make it work really well.